Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and I'm on these socials. So the saga continues. Now the MSI, they did announce this on Computex, the ATX 3.0 power supplies with this 12 volt power 16 adapter, like the yellow thingy. So supposedly when it's well inserted you don't see the yellow, and they say it's going to solve all the issues regarding this connector. Again, I read it a little bit yesterday, and I'm reaching the conclusion this is it's not fault of the manufacturers, it's the fault of the design of the connector. And again, the size of the pins, I don't think it's good enough to handle all this kind of power through just one connector. I saw yesterday another video from a guy who was I think it was a random video that I saw recommended. I think the guy do like racing sims, like Forza Competizione. He's got all the fancy stuff, the triple monitor setup, like one system just to render the game, another then the secondary system for streaming. He's got the chair, the wheels, everything, and he's got the 4090. It was about, he had it like basically 7 months installed. It was a vertical system. The GPU was in a vertical position. The pins were just gravity, so there is no like forcing. He was set up with the original adapter, the squid stuff from the GPU. I think it was an ASUS, if not mistaken, the like higher quality GPU. And basically 7 months, no issues, and all of a sudden it got burned out. The guy, it seems to be like a professional guy. He does the assembly of his system. So again, the user error thing is getting on my nerves a little bit, because it's not all of a sudden that we having issues with this power connector. It's all only with this connector. We never saw any kind of issues like burning connectors from other from other parts, so like motherboard, and even from the GPUs, the 8 pins and the 6+2 pins. We never saw anything like this. So it's not really like user error to the point that the fact that the design itself, it's basically inducing user error, and that's a faulty design from my perspective in overall scheme of things regarding anything. It's like having a car, and if the brakes are not well designed, you can punch the freaking brakes and the car won't brake. And they can call it user error because it didn't press the brake pedal enough. It's this kind of basically the same kind of excuses. And the guy just was lucky that he only like just one pin like started to burn out, and it was very quick because he just was paused the game, went upstairs, I think to the bathroom or something like that, and when he came out he started smelling, and he basically managed to emergency shut off the system. And that's why basically only the pin on the connector on the GPU side, this connector on where it connects to the GPU, got like half melted here, and no residues went on the left, were left on the GPU. So I think he managed to plug a cable mod adapter there, and the GPU was running. He got very lucky even with this unfortunate situation. And again, this will not solve your issue. This will not solve the issue by itself, because my instinct and my gut tells me that this is not basically connectors not being plugged correctly. And even if it was, the design is so faulty that it allows, because it has like this fancy stuff with the sensor stuff, and if you design a connector that it needs to be plugged correctly to function, if the design has to be decent enough that if it's not properly inserted, it should not function. It should not. It should have like a failsafe. If it's not plugged correctly, it should not function. And I'm not sure if all these ones function the same way. I suppose no. From what I remember, assembly systems, it's easy enough to plug this kind of adapters here on the even on the PSU side or even on the component side. So it's one of those things. The companies, these greedy corporations are trying. They made I think they reached the conclusion they made a faulty design on this adapter, and they are blaming the customers for not knowing how to use their product. Basically, it's what's happening here. NVIDIA, I think they tried to reach NVIDIA, but we need to see something regarding the consortium that made the design of this power pin. But because the PSUs manufacturers are going full throttle on with this kind of design, I don't know how this is going to be on the future. I think we're going to see something that it's not going to be pretty, that they have to recall. I don't know. I'm seeing not a good situation regarding this. One of the things when I upgrade when I remake my system, because I have a laptop, I will for sure not use this thing. I prefer, even and it's a compounding system. I will avoid for sure NVIDIA. Mainly because of how they launch the GPUs, and I have to go with AMD, and AMD at the moment doesn't have this kind of connections here. And the PSU, I will avoid having this the ATX 3.0, what they called it standard, which is with this 12-volt power connector. I'll for sure will try to avoid as best as I can, because I'm not foreseeing a good end for this connector specifically, because I think it's, as you can see, even you see the 8 pins, it's the same size as the 16 pins, so it's almost half of the size of a normal connector on the GPU, the old GPU ones. So it doesn't make sense for me. But yeah, it was updated. We got from the situation yesterday from the Be Quiet power supply. Again, they responded correctly. They are basically, this is one-time case that at least we saw reported recently. And they, I think they entered contact with the customer and try to investigate the situation to see if it was like a defect of manufacturing or something like that. I'm for sure the Be Quiet, usually I think it's got good customer service. I think they will trade the font and maybe replace the cables and because this was on the PSU side. I don't think the GPU was affected. We will see how it goes. Maybe if I get any more news, I will sure to let you know, to see how it goes in terms of customer service from Be Quiet. But yeah, now passing to AMD, ASRock supposedly the EEC, so the electronic whatever it is consortium, registered the 7800 XT. I've been seeing some videos, and I saw also the thing was from Igor's Lab article reference there. Yeah, I don't know about this GPU again. It seems that it's not going to be. It's the naming scheme. Again, they were trying to take the ride from NVIDIA, trying to upsell the GPUs. The naming scheme to a certain point is wrong. So supposedly the 7900 XTX should be around, I don't know, maybe 7900 XT, and the 7900 XT should be the 7800 XT, mainly because of the performance difference there. And they try to upsell. They named their GPUs wrong, so wrong. They name it with a higher tier what they are supposed to, basically, so they can sell higher, because the price gap between generations on NVIDIA side, so they try to take that ride of upselling GPUs basically. And the 7800 XT, supposedly from all the specs that we've been seeing and calculated performance regarding a W7800, which is a professional card, it has a cut down GPU, an AV31, the high end one. And through some calculations, supposedly regarding the 6800 XT is like 5 to 10% uplift in performance, which is nothing. So I don't know if it's going to be a dud or a dead on arrival GPU, but yeah, again, We have to wait to see the reviews and see again. This is at the end, it's how they're going to price this GPU. If they're going to price basically as the same, the 7800 XT, which was around 650 or something, it's going to be a bust, because at the moment the 7900 XT started at 900, it's selling between 800, give or take, around that price, I think, in a lot of markets. If you and from the looks of it, this is going to perform like 30 or 40% less than the 7900 XT. If they put it around that value 650, it's not going to sell, I think. But yeah, I'm going to wait for reviews to get more details on this one and let you know any kind of updates regarding this GPU. We'll see how it goes. We got here from gaming news or rumors. I managed to cover that MachineGames probably was working on the Wolfenstein 3. There was like some rumors here because of some LinkedIn job openings or searchings or something like that. I think they were trying to reach out. It is on the article. Yeah, it was spot on this guy regarding AAA stuff. Where it is? A passion for video games here, and especially first-person immersive games. Sorry, that's why people thought that they might be working at the moment with Wolfenstein 3, and it seems that it's not even Wolfenstein 3, and even Indiana Jones, which is one we only saw like a tease, like a 20 seconds tease, not in Computer Game Awards, I think. Yeah, I think it was in the Game Awards like last year. I think we saw a little tease, like 20 seconds, and it's from MachineGames, like a new Indiana Jones game. Didn't have any updates from since then, so I suppose, I don't know, maybe next year it will come out, so maybe after Summer's Game Fest, the next one, we'll have some news, I don't know. But yeah, it seems that it's like a new IP. Seems interesting, but at least it's an update regarding that rumor that came out. Supposedly it's going to be a first person regardless, but supposedly the Wolfenstein 3 will come out anyways, so it's like 3 games. They are not a very big studio. We'll see how it goes in terms of quality of the games, but yeah, basically I think it's like a third title they are working on that is not Wolfenstein 3 or the Indiana Jones games that already been teased out. We got here Gord. It's kind of Frostpunk kind of gameplay game. I never played Frostpunk, but this got some like twists. You got to make sacrifice from your villagers to the Gord or something like that. It's a very dark fantasy influence here. The game is not out, but I think there is a demo out. If not, yeah, demo is coming out soon. I will leave a link on the Steam page of this game to if you're interested in this kind of game, Frostpunk. It's not very well for me. Like city builders, I don't have the mind to go around it. Maybe if there is not much focused on like resource gathering and all that stuff in city building and management, but there's like some twists here and there. Maybe I go through. Give it a go in the future, but yeah, I'll leave the it interested me because mainly, hey, it's you have yeah, the twist, you have to certain points you have to give your villages as a sacrifice to the Gord, which is, I don't know, like a demon or a god in this world. I will leave a link of the Steam page of this game for you to wishlist and be when the demo comes out, I will let you know. It's on. I think it's on my wish list, this game, just to pay attention of what's coming out with this game. We got the Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn. I managed to. I think it was on Gamescom the last time we saw this one with the trailer. Okay, the game at the time I don't remember very well exactly what I said. I don't know, because it's like a new world, so they didn't tell too much. You have like a companion here. It seems like you have like an axe here or a pickaxe or whatever they want to call it, and the flintlocks here seems to be like almost like a finisher move or like a more heavy attack here. And you got like a companion, mystical companion. We didn't get a lot of details of the world building. The combat seems a little bit Dark Soulsy, with some twists here with your companion helping you out on the combat, and the fact you have like a variation between close range combat, which I think is going to be your main weapon basically, and the Flintlock, because I think you have to reload this gun, and I think you have variations like a I don't know how it calls, a blunderbuster or something like that. It's like a big cannon and like almost like a grenade thrower variation of this gun. It seems interesting in terms of mechanics, but in terms of world building and story wise, we don't have a lot, but seems interesting. They delayed the game for 2024. They want to polish a little bit more the game. We'll see how it goes. Seems interesting, the game. I have it wishlisted, and I will leave a link on the Steam page also, so you can wishlist the game and wait until next year. But meanwhile, we got a lot of good games coming out for sure. I watched this one, Starfield Comparison video here. It's a lot of caveats on this comparison video and how they're going about it. There is no commentary. It's basically just showing, trying to get the same spots of the trailer regarding the 2022 trailer and the latest presentation. You know that you can notice some difference, like basically how they managed to deal with reflections, illuminations. It's way better. Seems that there is like a little bit loss of details on the video itself comparison, but I don't know how much, because as you can see here, even here is more detailed, here is not. I'm not sure if the 2022 presentation trailer was a little bit more CGI-ish, like they try to embellish a little bit here, and because they are been working on basically with visuals from with the ID from the Doom guys company developers. In terms of visual, I think they work a little bit there. I'm not sure if they to try, because it takes a lot of processing power to deal with illumination and texturing and also with reflections. I don't know that if it was taken into account and they kind of have to downgrade it to a certain point, some textures and details on the, especially in this character you notice a little bit here, but the illumination is way better on the environments and also in reflections, materials. There is all more detail there. There is especially on some characters there are more details on, like in some suits. You can notice a little bit more details in the comparison, and of course, for example, the helmets you can see better through the visor. It's got some differences there, but yeah, they've been tweaking this out, and I think it's the overall result. It's a little bit better. Of course, when this game comes out, for sure, modding will take care of like texture packs and everything. For sure, we'll see a lot of it, and of course, it's going to be PC only. This kind of enhancements on mods. That's why I love the PC versions of all these games, because you are always open to a certain point rely on modders, and I always try to support their work when I can. Regarding like texture packs and performance improvements, even though we should not rely that much on a PC game, and we should expect that developers should release a good game, but improving on already made work, it's always good. Regarding PC mods, that's one of the reasons I don't play or I avoid playing consoles. It's because we got a thriving community on the modding scene. But yeah, but it seems a little bit better overall. It's my main take here. I've got some gaming deals here to close out today's episode. We got the Resident Evil thing. It's still on. The promotions, basically all the games. Yeah, all the games are in promotion, 50%, 75%, 60%, except for the Resident Evil 4 remake. It's not on the deal, of course. But yeah, it's a lot of games here are on discount, especially some recent Village 50% off and Resident Evil 7 60% off, which is good to see. From Steam, I managed to, in the last 2 days, give a lot of games here. I refer to you for those videos for more Steam deals here. In GOG, I managed to pick out. We still have like the summer sale here. I picked a few games yesterday from here. I think I picked the Phantom Liberty, the Witcher, and everything. Of course, DRM free in this platform. It's always good to see that. Today I'm going to pick up the Wolfenstein thing here. It's the Wolfenstein 2 pack, which has the Wolfenstein one, the New Order, and also the other one. It's the previous. It's supposedly the prequel. Yeah, the Old Blood. I think it's like a prequel on the New Order. And also we have Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, digital deluxe edition, 95% off, so it has everything there. I think it's on the same level of the first game. I made a series on the New Order, and I'm just waiting for the mainline series because the other games, the spin-offs are, I think they are not that good, especially the with the two girls. I think they are supposedly the daughters of I forget the name of this guy. Doesn't matter. The main character here. I forgot his name, sorry. BJ something. And I've got also Dishonored Definitive Edition, 75% off, great deal. Dishonored 2, 80% off, great deal. I'm not sure if it has like any other kind of edition here, but yeah. And finally, Sharpunk Verminfall. Seems pretty good, this game. I already mentioned this game several times. It's like a XCOM-y kind of style in terms of gameplay, pixel art, as you can see. You got like stress levels to deal with. You basically are on the run and trying to get out of town, basically, from what I understood. And you got a lot of stuff to deal with. You got some vermins, which is, yeah, stress management also is a big thing on this game. It seems pretty good, this game. Regarding combat, it's very solid. Indie developer, it's always good to support these guys, because when they put out the pretty good games, it's always good to support them. And yeah, basically this is it for today. I'm going to wrap up with my GoGetFundMe for me to upgrade my PC to get better, more content from my private clients, and of course doing some video stuff for them also. And in my free spare time, do the things that I've been doing with the daily videos, better quality, doing some scripted content to go in some deep dives, resuming my gameplay series, and probably doing some live streams in the near future. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.